What is good, everybody? Welcome back to Real Fan Sports. My name is Zach, and I'm here with my partner, Nonpfixion. What's good, brother?
Man, I'm chilling, bro. How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing amazing, man. I got a video from a channel that, I'd probably say, helped, kind of really expand our channel.
Yeah.
You know, Nin Explains, man.
Nin was part of the OG Real Fan Sports.
You know, helped teach us rugby union, NRL, cricket, cavity, you know, all kind of different sports. Well, this is a little bit different. This isn't necessarily us learning a new sport, but we are going to get an introduction to the top 10 weirdest sports that happen in the world. So,
yeah.
I'm seeing a dude playing chess with taped hands. So I'm assuming he's gonna make a chess move and fight someone.
So for those who watch Twitch, Ludwig had an event that did this.
I've heard about this.
It's the one round of chess, and then whoever wins, then you go over to the boxing ring. And you got one round of boxing. It was interesting to watch. I had never heard of it, but Ludwig did on Twitch. It was pretty interesting.
Well, hopefully it beats more that we've never heard of. Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Nen explains the top 10 weirdest sports in the world. So you've probably heard of tennis, basketball, or football, which is soccer to you Americans.
Yeah,
but you've probably not come across any of these sports, each one weirder than the last.
All right, hold on. Let's take a look real quick. Which ones do we know? This I've seen, and actually, we actually have a video on this that we were contemplating doing, so we'll get to that. I don't know what this is.
That one, I feel like I've seen it on YouTube somewhere, but I know the next one I've seen that one.
Yeah, that's like strongman competition, something like that.
But there's also one, I think in Scotland where they do that too, like Scotland, Ireland, they do that.
And then Quidditch, I have no idea what this is. This looks like you're just trying to drown somebody. I
think you're carrying your wife. You're carrying your wife, I think.
Why do you know so many weird sports, Non?
I don't know, bro. But I think that's the one you carry your wife.
Oh yeah, blind soccer, some form of lore, surfing dogs, man. Let's do
No,
Unicycle.
I'm not yanking your chain. These sports are real.
Okay.
Number 1, Sepak Takraw. Probably the least weird sport on the list. Sepak Takraw is sometimes referred to as kick volleyball.
I think this was an Olympics.
It's essentially volleyball, but you're only allowed to use your feet and head to hit the ball.
I think this might be Olympic
floor. It's very popular in Southeast Asia.
I know I've definitely seen this on YouTube before and stuff, but I've
never watched the game. I've seen people in the park in Oakland do this.
It looks fun, and it looks like there's no way in hell I could ever play because my hamstrings are way too tight. Way too tight. I'd be crippled after trying to reach for one of those kicks.
And there's a ton of unbelievable players in this game. And by the way, if you want to find out more about it, I actually made a video about Sepak Takraw right here. Number 2, Shin kicking. Oh yeah, that's a sport, believe it or not. If you're from the south of England, you've probably seen this before. But the idea of the game is to kick your opponent in the shin repeatedly to try and get them onto the ground. Before the game starts, you have to stuff your trousers full of straw, wear a lab coat for some reason, and then proceed to grapple your opponent.
I was going to ask, why the lab coat? Okay, so let me ask a question.
They said this is England?
Is this sport based off of an event that took place somewhere? And like, it was two guys who were doing some working at a warehouse, and they got so pissed off each other they started fighting like this. No punches, just kicks, and it became a fucking sport. Is that what happened?
I mean, that is the most realistic explanation that I could come with it. My question is why in whatever place that they're in that they not only had hay available, but they also were wearing lab coats. So like, what exactly is
because they worked in a warehouse? They worked in a warehouse like doing beer. Or
okay, yeah, they will wear,
like,
okay.
Could be wear doing some beer or meat processing or some crap.
Okay, all right. You know, it's all starting to make sense to me now.
Or they was making Vegemite. They was pissed off because somebody did the recipe wrong.
England, Marmite or whatever the hell it's called.
Oh Marmite.
Right. And also I want to put this right here. I'm speaking of BAL specifically, and Joe. I do not want to hear any complaints ever again about the sports that we have in the U.S. I just don't.
I'm not sure what the referee does, but he's this guy here who's holding a big stick and also wearing a lab coat. Number 3.
See, okay, wait, go back.
Okay.
So, can you pause? The guy with the stick. This happened at the end of a shift These two guys were the warehouse workers. The
He's
guy with
trying
the
to
stick
break
was
him up.
but he was a custodian. That was a broom, and he used the broom to kind of separate the two. I'm telling you, it has to be some crap like that.
It makes sense to me. It makes sense to me. How are we going to settle this, guys? We're going to kick each other into the shin till one folds in honor of the queen.
And then go drink beer together afterwards.
Yeah.
Also wearing a lab coat. Number 3, caber tossing.
Yeah, I have seen this.
Whilst the English are kicking each other in the shins, the Scottish are throwing around bits of tree.
Okay, Scottish.
Caber tossing is one of the original Scottish Highland games.
They
And
used to show
believe it
this
or not,
on ESPN.
the object of the sport is not to
Yeah. Because I think a lot of the strongman competition stuff are based out in like Scotland. I want to say
Scotland, England. Yeah.
There's another place that's really huge. One of my buddies actually went out there and trained at a guy's farm. It's like just like 100-acre farm, and it's got different things all over the place. And he went and trained out there. It was really sick. But yeah, okay. Caber tossing.
These logs, or cabers, are 19 feet 6 inches long and weigh 175 pounds. And the idea is to toss the caber onto its end and for it to land on the 12 o'clock position. This is rarely done perfectly, and judges are on hand to make a decision if there's a close tie. Caber tossing is a true test of strength and explosive power, unlike that. Number 4, Quidditch. Unless you've been under a rock for the last 20 years, you've probably heard of Harry Potter and the fictional sport they play known as Quidditch. Unfortunately, some bright spark decided that they would actually play the game and introduce it to all the American colleges and universities. So now, every Saturday, you'll see grown men and women.
That's the funniest part to me, is that the snitch is literally just a dude wearing gold underwear with a ball sitting behind his ass, and they gotta go try and grab it from him. This is why like Ivy League schools and stuff like that just shouldn't have intramural sports. You know, they come up with this kind of crap, you know.
This is definitely at like Princeton or Stanford or some crap.
For sure. For freaking sure, man.
Every Saturday, you'll see grown men and women run around a field with a broom between their legs. I'm not joking. And no, folks, I really won't be making a video about the rules of Quidditch anytime soon.
Oh, she just got cracked.
We should riot. We should riot. we should freaking riot, dude. I want the rules now. Actually, you see how serious it is, bro? They got the paint and everything. They got the they're
and no, folks, I really won't be making a video about the rules of Quidditch anytime soon. Number 5, wife carrying.
I knew it. I told you.
Responsible for this one.
I told you wife carrying.
Yes,
I knew
you probably guessed by the title. You have to carry your wife over an obstacle course in the fastest possible time. The only real requirement is that the wife must weigh at least 49 kilos and that the course is exactly 253.5 meters long. The winner.
The other requirement is you must have a wife. I mean, that's already difficult enough. You can't have one that trusts you to carry that bitch through water.
I seen this a long time ago, which is weird because I seen this and then I seen the one where they run down the hill, like the race down the hill.
Yeah.
That one is crazy. people be getting towed up.
Usually wins his wife's weight in beer. So guys, pick up your wife. Pick up somebody else's wife, I don't care. There's beer to be won.
Or someone else's
Number 6,
wife.
chess boxing. Yeah. It's exactly as it sounds. Chess, the board game, mixed with boxing, the combat sport. Players alternate a round of boxing with a round of speed chess. The idea is to punch your opponent to death so that it can't think straight on the chessboard, or confuse him with chess tactics so that they're not concentrating on the boxing. You win this sport either by a knockout or by checkmate, whichever comes first.
And you can win by time too, like because they're playing with the actual clock.
Yeah.
And every time you hit the clock, you know, it pauses your time while your opponent plays.
Right. Yeah.
If your opponent runs out of time, they can lose that way too. Like actual chess.
That's crazy.
Number 7, dog surfing.
I've seen this before.
Normal surfing is passé. It's old hat. I know why don't we put dogs on surfboards instead? Yes, over in California, they've decided that it's a good idea to stick their pets on surfboards and make them suffer Poseidon's wrath.
They're just a bunch of
the
good
winner
boys
is whichever dog is just to ride the longest wave with the most degree of certainty. Although most of these dogs don't seem very certain at all. Number 8, unicycle football. American football is hard enough, but there are some people who think that it's just too easy.
Wolfpack.
So those are the ones that...
Those are Badgers.
Is the Badgers?
Yeah, because it says Wolfpack, but the logo on the little small logo of the guy is a badger.
Oh, okay.
So it's, Not Minnesota, but
is hard enough.
Let's see, where was it at? I think it was just past this.
Number 8, unicycle football.
I've never seen
American
this
football is hard enough, but there are some.
Oh yeah. You're right. I guess they're probably that university.
Their intramural team is called the Wolfpack. Yeah,
people who think that it's just too easy. So those are the ones that decide to play football on unicycles. It's pretty much the same game as American football.
Wait, why was there a random? Did you see that random? Was that a skateboard that was just going across right there?
On unicycles.
I could have sworn I just saw
it's pretty much the same game as American
football.
football.
It was his unicycle was falling. Yeah.
You can tackle, pass, or cycle with the ball, and the scoring is pretty much the same. But I can imagine the injuries from clashing unicycles being horrendous.
Jesus.
Football, not your.
My goodness.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was weird.
Have you ever tried? I mean, like that feels like some like true like bored at the house at like 10 years old and being like, dude, I'm tired of playing the same stuff. What can we do? Well, let's go ahead and ride unicycles while we play football. Because I've never done it with unicycles. I can never ride a unicycle. I've actually tried a couple of times, but I was damn good on a pogo stick. So I've definitely done pogo stick football before. And I'll tell you what, I was elite.
Thing.
Well,
about
it's
unicycle
like
hockey.
Have you ever seen the movie Basketball?
Yes. Yeah.
So I like that, which is a crazy weird sport.
True.
Or unicycle polo. Basically,
there you go.
any team sport you can think of on a unicycle. Number 9, blind soccer. You'd think that by playing soccer requires you to be able to see the ball. But obviously, nobody told these guys. Players are either naturally blind or blindfolded, and a bell is inserted into the soccer ball. They obviously can't see the ball, so they have to listen for the bell inside the soccer ball.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And players have to constantly communicate so they don't run into each other.
Okay. Oh, he scored.
Yeah. So it's for those that are actually blind to some degree and stuff like that. So you got the bell in. So, no, okay, this is not a weird sport. This is a dope sport. This needs to go into the dopest sports in the world. It's a way for inclusion for people that typically wouldn't be able to play something like this. That's actually sick. I love that.
It's actually pretty cool. I've never heard of, but I think should be included somewhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's dead easy, right? Number 10, cardboard tube dueling.
I don't even want to know what this is.
I'm seriously not making this up. Cardboard tube dueling is as the.
It's just LARP, right? It looks like it's just basically just LARP.
I couldn't think of it, but I was like, yeah. But I mean, I guess they're not. I mean,
they're not like spread out.
Are they technically cosplaying? Because LARPing is part of cosplaying too.
Yeah, I don't know that much. I guess they'll tell us, but we're just talking crap about people from England kicking each other to the shins, and then we have this come up. This is not a good look, so we're just gonna disregard.
The name implies. It's fighting with cardboard tubes. Players must hit each other and break their opponent's cardboard tube without breaking their own. If time expires, a referee will measure both tubes, and the tube that has bent the least wins the duel.
Hey, well, I will say this though.
Okay.
Even though it's cardboard, it makes sense. They have guard to protect themselves, protect their head. It's not hay. It's not a random guy with a stick. We still don't know what he does. We still don't know what he does. This makes more sense. This is like when you're a little kid, you and your brother take the Christmas stuff and put on your bodies to beat each other up. Bro, anybody has done this before.
Do you know what camera that is? I used to have one of those. That's one of them. Like they were like ultra famous on on TV and stuff. I used to have one whenever I wanted to make content on MySpace way back in like 2007, 8, whatever it may be. This is crazy.
I still would say like I look at this better than I look at the kicking the shin because that hurts when your shins get kicked or you run into something. This don't hurt. There's no permanent damage.
I just want to know if there's regulation to how much duct tape that you're allowed to use. Because I mean, I feel like everything's cardboard and you're just strapping your shield up with duct tape. That's got to be against some type of violation.
It might be.
And this dude's got another weapon in the back of his shield here. What if he just turns around and whips somebody with a shark fin? I think they need a regulations office.
No stabbing or lunging, no hitting to the face, and cardboard armor and shields are optional. There's even a pro league dedicated to cardboard tube combatants.
The logo with the skull, the face with 2 cardboard tubes and an S.
Oh, that's hella funny.
Oh my god, that's why we need nerds, because they just come out with some of the craziest shit, bro.
Hey, but they create stuff and they just go in their own world and they just have a ball, man.
Yeah, they all look like they're having a great time, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at it. Look how many people are watching.
I know. Jeez.
Okay. Honorable mention goes to the Indonesian sport of fireball.
I have seen this.
It's pretty much like
I've
regular
seen this
football,
too.
except that you set the ball on fire before you start playing. Sounds like great fun. Got any other
Why are you standing in the
obscure
goal?
sports to share with the world?
Why
Like
are
the
you
video.
standing there?
He's got to block.
I'm gonna be the net.
He's got to block it, bro.
But it went past the goalie and went to the fans. The people standing back there because there's no net.
Well, look, this is for sure. That's for sure one sport that you're not allowed to play in California or Australia.
Yeah, you're definitely
not allowed.
We don't need them kind of fires starting.
No. Could you imagine? You can see it on Fox or CNN now. That's great. Look, guys, shout out Nin Explains, man. Nin Lee, I think is how you pronounce his channel's name. Link down below in the description. This is awesome. This was funny. I want to find more weird sports. What's the weirdest sport you've ever played or ever created or anything like that or ever heard of? Let us know down in the comments.
Actually,
yeah.
We'll stick with that. The weirdest sport you ever played. And if you have footage to it, send it to our Discord.
Oh, you got footage of
maybe we can put together our own compilation.
There we go.
Of the weirdest sports that families have ever played.
I love it. I love it. Appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.
Peace out, y'all.